Hey guys, this is Pokemaniac101 and welcome back to another Minecraft Snapshot video. This week we are looking at 20W48A, and as you can see, there is a lot of stuff to go over, so let's just get right into it. So first off, we have a few texture changes. We have both the amethyst blocks, the candle, the telescope, which is actually rendered in 3D now when it's in your hotbar, and then also kind of looks a little bit different when it's in your hand. And then we have the compass and the clock, which are apparently supposed to reflect the 1.14 textures for the gold and iron ingots, and these textures just didn't really get changed. So overall, they're all right. I think the compass is a little bit too white for me on the bottom there, but it does reflect the. I say new. It's been it's been in the game for a while now, but the new-ish iron and gold textures. We also have some minor changes to the bundle. Now, if you hold in your hand and you left click, it'll just drop it all onto the ground, which I guess is pretty good if you're just trying to like give someone all these items, or if you're like throwing them in lava trying to get rid of it all. Also, now in your inventory, instead of dumping it all out, it'll actually dump the first slot. So as you can see, the orange tulips are the first slot right now. So if you dump it, then the orange tulips will go in there. Also, you can left-click it to take the first item out, which I guess is it's kind of strange. It's definitely difficult if you have like something at the very bottom of the bundle that you want to grab. But you have to go through the rest, or just like dump it all out and onto the floor. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting change. You can't just dump it all into your inventory anymore. If you want to just dump it all out at once, you have to just throw it on the floor and then pick it back up. So yeah, that's really weird, but overall, I'm glad they're making some sort of efforts to make it a little bit easier to grab certain items out if you want to. Also, now you can see how full it is by hitting F3+H, which, if you didn't know, is just the command that allows you to see a little bit more information about items, like the in-game name, like the code name, the Minecraft dot bundle or whatever, and then also the NBT tags and stuff. So then we get to the highlight of this update, the Dripstone. It comes in two forms, the Dripstone block and the pointed Dripstone, and for now, you can only get in creative mode, which means it won't actually generate in the world, but I assume that they will change that in the future. So you can actually place it straight up on the ground, and you don't have to place it on Dripstone. I assume when it generates, it'll generate on Dripstone, but you don't have to do that. You can just place it directly on the floor. And as you saw, you can stack it, and the base will slowly get a little bit bigger until you get to 4 blocks. And each of these stages has a different name. So if you look at the right over there, this is the base. This is the middle, this is the frustum, and then this is the tip. And then as you keep going up, the tip and the frustum will always be the top two, and then the base will be at the bottom, but the rest of these will still be middle blocks. It doesn't really matter if you don't know about the names, it's absolutely fine, but just in case you're curious, yeah, that's the names of those. Also, something I forgot to mention while I was recording the video, these things don't actually grow, so everything you see I've actually placed in creative mode. As far as I know, there's no way to renewably get this, although I assume there will be some way to grow them in the future. But what's also cool is if that you have two dripstone facing each other, then they will kind of connect once they reach. So if you just do this, you can just like kind of make a cool little pillar type thing, which you could definitely use for some kind of crazy decorations or something. They kind of look like fossils a little bit. You could maybe do some like dinosaur type thing. This definitely looks like maybe the T-Rex skin from like Jurassic Park or something. Like you can make a T-Rex out of this, and it would look pretty cool. So yeah, those are some options for building with these things. But probably the most interesting thing about these is the damage that they do. As you can see, I'm not very high up at all, but if I drop on this one right here, it'll deal 7 hearts of damage. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 blocks, 4 blocks above the spike. You'll take 7 hearts of damage, and then if you go to this next one over here, I believe it will do either 8 or 9, 7.5 or 8.5. Okay, and then when you get to the third one over here, let's just heal up a little bit. It will just straight up heal you. So how high is that? I think if the other one was 4 blocks above, this should probably be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if you're 6 blocks above one of these spikes and you fall in it, that's pretty dangerous. You're going to die from that. So yeah, these things are pretty dangerous. You'll want to watch out for them. But also, as you can see, if you break away the block, they will fall on you, and you can actually take damage from that. So I've set this up right here. If I just press this button, You'll see that did 5 hearts of damage. And if these things are stacked up like this, you'll actually take damage from all of them. So you can see I took like 4 different damage ticks there. So yeah, you also need to watch out from above you, but unless they fall by themselves, I don't think they're something you'll really need to worry about, unlike the ones that you could fall on. Also, if they're dropping on you, they do a lot less damage. So this is 12 blocks, 11 blocks beneath this thing, so from here to this space right here, between those 2 blocks would be 11. And then if you just let it drop on you, this is the minimum range it has to kill you if you're at full health. So yeah, you don't really have to worry about them if they're falling on you, but you do have to worry about landing on them. Also, you don't have to have anything to mine these up. You can just use your fist, and it'll take a few seconds, but it will drop itself. And if you use a diamond pickaxe with efficiency 5 and haste 2, you can insta-mine them like you would normal stone. So if I show you right here, I have efficiency 5 pickaxe, haste 2, and then I can insta-mine this stuff. If I give myself haste 1, you'll see that since I have haste 1, it does take a little bit to mine it. Also, I don't think you can actually get the blocks with your fists, but if I just check, yeah, you have to use a pickaxe for the blocks themselves, but I'm pretty sure it's just wood. Let me just try that out. So give myself a wooden pickaxe, and yeah, okay. So you can get the blocks with any type of pickaxe, and then you can actually collect the spikes just through their fists, and then you can insta-mine both of those with efficiency 5 haste 2. Also, something I noticed when I was playing around here, if you stand on one and then jump up in the air, you'll actually take like a heart of damage, because technically you are falling like a block. Probably like a block on top of it. So you do take damage if you just jump on top of it. But if you're just walking around, then I don't think you actually, yeah, if you're just walking around on a field of them, you don't take any damage. But it's when you start jumping that it really becomes a problem. Okay, so now we get into some pretty interesting stuff. As you'll see, if there is lava or water above one of these dripstones, you'll actually get these particles dripping from the dripstones, and you can actually use that to fill the cauldrons. So that finally gives us a way to renewably farm lava, which is really cool. Lava was not renewable in the past, so now we can get hopefully a lot of it, and you don't have to mess up all your lava pools underground if you don't want to. So I've got some cauldrons over here to try to figure out the height, and if I just speed up the random tick speed, it looks like this is the farthest you can have a cauldron. So all of these are filled up, and they did it pretty fast, so if these 2 aren't filling up, I don't think they ever will. So let's see how far that is. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 blocks between the cauldron and the spike. So yeah, so you can have these pretty far apart and still farm the water, and it looks like it doesn't actually fill any cauldrons that are underneath. It only fills the top cauldron if you have them stacked on top of each other, but you know, that makes sense. We don't want any leaky cauldrons around here. And you'll hear there's actually a really cool sound along with this too. And then I assume the range is the same for lava. Let me just try this for a second. So let's put some lava right here, and then speed up the tick speed again. And it looks like, yeah, the range is the same for lava, although you will still get the particles even if there's not a cauldron beneath it, as I showed over here. So yeah, that's our way now to farm lava, and I checked my YouTube feed, and Ilmango already has a functional lava farm, so... And then I guess this could technically be considered a new feature, but because it was supposed to be in last week's snapshot, but it just didn't work. It just didn't do anything. But now, if you're wearing leather armor, you won't get affected by the powder snow anymore. So, as I said, that was technically a feature they meant for the last snapshot, but they've actually implemented it in this one. So I guess that you could technically count that as a new feature for this snapshot, even though it was intended for last time. And with that, I think that's the end of the snapshot. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!